Time for a 3-book-in-1 segment, or the Thalmor Dossiers. Snowball wants to read these so you know what's going on here. Very weird. Delphine. Status active. Capture or kill. High priority. Emissary level approval. Description: female, Breton, mid-50s. Background: Delphine was a high-priority target during the First War for both operational and political reasons. She was directly involved in several of the most damaging operations carried out by the Blades within the Dominion. She has been identified and was slated for the initial purge, but by bad luck was recalled to Cyrodiil just before the outbreak of hostilities during the war. She evaded 3 attempts on her life, in one case killing an entire assassination team. Since then, we have only indirect evidence of her movements, as she has proven extremely alert to our surveillance. She should be considered very dangerous, and no move against her should be made without overwhelming force and most careful preparations. Operational notes. She is believed to still be working actively against us within Skyrim, although we have no location on her, assumed to be working alone as no other blades are known to be active in Skyrim, and she has in the past avoided contact with other fugitive blades for her own security. One of the reasons she has so far evaded elimination. Her continued existence is an affront to all of us. Any information on her whereabouts or activities should be immediately forwarded to the third emissary. That's the Thalmor dossier on Delphine. Now, Esbern. Status: fugitive, capture only, highest priority. Emissary level approval. Description: male Nord, late 70s. Background: Esbern was one of the Blades, lore masters. Prior to the First War against the Empire, he was not a field agent, but it is now believed to have been behind some of the most damaging operations carried out by the Blades during pre-war years, including the Valinesti incident and the breach of the Blue River prison. His file had remained dormant for many years, an inexcusable error on the part of my predecessor, who has been recalled to Alnor for punishment and re-education, in the erroneous belief that he was unlikely to pose a threat due to his advanced age and lack of field experience. A solitary? That's not how you spell solitary. It's almost like salute and Terry. Salutary reminder to all operational levels that no Blades agent should be considered low priority for any reason. All are to be found and justice extracted upon them. Operational notes. As we are still in the dark as to the cause and meaning of the return of the dragons, I have made capturing Esbern our top priority, as he is known to be one of the experts in the dragon lore of the Blades. Regrettably, we have yet to match their expertise on the subject of dragons, which was derived from their Akaveri origins and is still far superior to our own, which remains largely theoretical. The archives of the Cloud Ruler Temple, which is believed to have been the primary repository of the oldest Blade's lore, were largely destroyed during the siege, and although great effort had been made to reconstruct what was lost, it now appears that most of the records related to the dragons were either removed or destroyed prior to our attack. Thus, Esbern remains our best opportunity to learn how and why the dragons have returned. It cannot be ruled out that the blades themselves are somehow connected to the dragon's return. We have recently obtained solid information. Esbern is still alive and hiding somewhere in Riften. Interrogation of a possible eyewitness is ongoing. Not anymore. Snowball got him out. We must proceed carefully to avoid Esbern becoming alerted to his danger. If he is indeed in Riften, he must not be given the opportunity to flee. Snowball will help him, because Snowball doesn't like you. That was the Thalmor dossier for Esbern. Snowball thinks these people are jerks. But here is the final dossier that Snowball took from the Thalmor. Thalmor dossier, Ulfric Stormcloak. Status, asset. Uncooperative, dormant, emissary level approval. Description, Jarl of Windhelm, leader of the Stormcloak Rebellion, Imperial Legion veteran. Background. Ulfric first came to our attention during the First War against the Empire, when he was taken as a prisoner of war during the campaign for the White Gold Tower. Under interrogation, we learned of his potential value. Son of the Jarl of Windhelm, and he was assigned as an asset to the interrogator, who is now First Emissary Elwyn. What? Snowball is shocked. He was made to believe information obtained during his interrogation was crucial in the capture of the Imperial City. The city had in fact fallen before he had broken, and then allowed to escape. After the war, contact was established. He has proven his worth as an asset. The so-called Markarth incident was particularly valuable from the point of view of our strategic goals in Skyrim, although it resulted in Ulfric becoming generally uncooperative to direct contact. Operational notes. Direct contact remains a possibility under extreme circumstances, but in general the asset should be considered dormant. As long as the civil war proceeds in its current undecisive fashion, we shall remain hands off. The incident at Helgen is an example where an exception had to be made. Obviously, Ulfric's death would have dramatically increased the chance of an Imperial victory, and thus harmed our overall position in Skyrim. Note, the coincidental intervention of the dragon at Helgen is still under scrutiny. The obvious conclusion is that whatever is behind the dragons also has an interest in the continuation of the war, but we should not assume, therefore, that their goals align with our own. A Stormcloak victory is also to be avoided, however, so even indirect aid to the Stormcloaks must be carefully managed. So, Ulfric broke and is working for the Thalmor. Snowball now has an extra reason to be on the Imperial side of this. And that was the Thalmor Dossiers. Have a good day. Bye-bye.